I'm Elia Haber for the Beirut Banyan.
Sometimes I feel that we can have enough art for multiple revolutions in this one. I was lucky enough to meet members of an NGO that has been responsible for multiple artworks across Beirut and Tripoli. They agreed to a shared interview after they graciously showed me the walls they painted next to Esqua. Here's our interview.
Imane Assaf. I 53. I have an NGO called Ahla Fawda, and I'm the director of Art of Change Global.
I'm English and I'm Irene Abdallah. I'm past retirement age and I was a teacher here until retirement.
And you're part of the NGO.
You very graciously walked me now to the Esqua wall to show me art that represents work of people that are trying to express their feelings, their emotions, their rebellion through art. Why do you think art is important in such times?
We do, as Art of Change, we do a lot of murals in the city. So we do a lot of street art. And when you're doing street art or urban art, it's very much a public thing. It doesn't only involve the artist, it involves everybody passing by, it interacts. So this is the reason why we thought we should do the revolution walls. Art speaks the language of everybody. Even a kid, a young child of 3 and 4 can see something in the art that he would not understand in words. So it had a strong impact on the revolution, on the people, and it worked. We're happy with it.
I'm gonna move into a different question with you so we don't have to answer the same question twice. Have you ever seen someone gaze at any of the artwork that your NGO was part of? Have you seen something that surprised you when someone was looking at any of the art?
Not really surprised me, no, because I know it's fantastic and it expresses how one feels. No.
We have seen little kids come and they want to scribble or they want to be part of it. We have army who wants to be involved but their face not to be seen. We had a nun who wanted to participate. Facing the Hamra building, the church, who wanted to participate, but again, she didn't want her face to be seen. The beggars on the street, they stopped begging to come and scrap the wall and prepare it for the artists. So it does interact with the community. It's very much a community project when you do street art.
Since we're talking about community and the diversity of people who want to participate and want to feel they're part of it, earlier on, some people were asking me why people were banging on the walls and destroying the wall, let's say. And I replied saying that a close friend of mine says that revolution is freedom. How do you feel? Yeah, how do you feel about that other form of expression, whether they're banging on the walls or maybe tearing things apart? Do you still feel that this is art or this is a form of expression that should be encouraged?
I think it is rather a common expression of venting what's inside you. And it's better to bang on walls than to make a violent revolution. This is a peaceful revolution. So the violence is banging on the walls, on banging on pots, and making them hear what we want them to hear. We want freedom. Okay.
And in that wanting of freedom, is there something that you've learned in the past month that you didn't know, whether about yourself, fellow Lebanese, or maybe the country in general?
Well, I didn't know how much had gone out of the country. Let's put it that way. Myself, I've realized that I love the country more than ever. Being a foreigner, I want to be here. I want to join the revolution, and I'm participating more than some of the actual Lebanese. But I am passionate about this revolution to succeed.
About this revolution, and this is a question that I would like to have both your takes on, and I will start with you. Do you feel it's different in any way? Because this is not the first time people go on the street demanding rights. They've had some about the garbage, they've had some about other issues in the country. Yeah. Do you feel this is different in any way? Or do you feel this is like one more time where people are taking the streets for their rights?
No, I really feel that this is different. Everyone is holding hands. They're joining. Before, I found that the Lebanese people didn't actually hold hands tight. They let it slip. The chain always broke. But this time I find that the chain is like sealed. They cannot break the chain now. We're really into this revolution. And I don't know.
and your thoughts?
This is the revolution of the Lebanon I've always dreamt of. You know, the united people, the one family of Lebanese. It doesn't matter what your religion, what's your background. You go down to the squares, you see them all, different classes, different religions. They're all here for Lebanon, not for their religion, not for their political parties, not for their own interests, for Lebanon, the country, for themselves. So it's very proud moments for us now that now we are Lebanese. This is the time where we are expressing ourselves as Lebanese, and this is the best time. Let's hope we can make it happen. We will make it happen.
And it's peaceful.
It's cultured, it's
Yeah.
civilized, it's... I was there when the thugs were hitting the people and the young men were holding each other and saying, Silmiye, let's keep it peaceful. So the control of the people to keep it peaceful and cultured. And I don't care what people say, that there's music, that there's different things. It's what keeps the people coming and still demanding for their right. You know, they're not doing anything wrong. It's about their demands, and if they can be entertained while asking for their demands, why not? The main thing is we get what we want.
Since we're talking about fellow Lebanese, I don't know if you're having this conversation with maybe family members or other friends who are still apprehensive about what's going on the streets. Whether they're fearful of the change, or maybe they're just not convinced that this is something that's not politicized or not driven by other motives. I was wondering, how are you dealing with those conversations, whether with friends or family members who are still apprehensive?
No, at first it was like, this isn't going to work. It's going to be another one of those things, 1 or 2 days and finish. And then it kept on going and going on and on. And now those people are convinced that now you've got to stay on the street. Don't give up. Get what you want, you know, and it's going to work. It's going to be a peaceful revolution, and you're going to get there. But it'll take time, but we are prepared to stick it out. So everyone is holding on and hoping for the best. I have heard other people saying, oh, this revolution, it's hurting us and we're not getting money. But I say to them that this is going to benefit you in the end. It might not benefit now. You will probably lose out now. But in 1 year's time, let's say, you're going to be benefiting. You're going to be saying, thanks God for the revolution. Okay.
What you've just heard is a truncated version of what I wanted to present. The conversation is a much longer one, and hopefully I'll be able to revisit some of my previous guests with different questions, looking back at how it was on the first interview and if their thoughts have changed, if their perspective has changed later on. Let me know if you'd want to listen to that. Elia Haber, signing off from Martyrs Square for the Beirut Banyan.